Okay, let's go through the paper. Okay, write down two whole numbers, both greater than 1, that multiply to give 63. You could have had 3 times 21 or 9 times 7. Both will give you 63. Then write down a number between 50 and 60, that is a multiple of 11. So if you look at the multiples of 11 times table, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. So 55 is between 50 and 60. Write down a square number that is between 35 and 45. So again, you look at the square numbers, 1, 4, there, 4, 9, and so on, 16, 25, 36. And 36 is between 35 and 45, because the next one would be 49, which is 7 times 7. All right, write down the prime number that is between 48 and 58. So if you think of all the numbers between 48 and 58, 49, no, because it's 7 times, you got 7 times 7. 50, no, because it's divisible by 5 and 10. Then you've got 51, that's divisible by 3 and 17. 52, no, it's an even number, so it's divisible by 2. And 53, so the answer is 53. That's between 48 and 58. Here is an incomplete number line. Write a number on each dotted line to complete the number line. So yeah, working backwards, you can see it's going up in 5. So, you know, that should be minus 5. That should be minus 10. That should be minus 15. And that should be minus 20. So it is going up in 5s. Next one. Write the following numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest number. So the smallest number is minus 7. Next is minus 4. See, I'll cross them off as I do them. Then minus 2. Then 3. Then 5. And then 8. And that's in order from smallest to largest. Okay, work out the difference between 72 and minus 58. So it should be the biggest take away the smallest. So 72 take away minus 58. Remember, subtracting a negative number is the same as adding it. So we're going to do 72 plus 58, which is going to give us 130. So the answer is 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Next one, write 17 over 3 as a mixed number. So how many 3's go into 17? Is 5 wholes, remainder 2, so that's 2/3. The denominator stays the same. Okay, fractions in order. So fractions in order, you could kind of work out, you should know that this is 0.25. So see, these are some of the ones you should know. 3 recurring. This is 0.2 recurring. The one you perhaps may not know, hopefully maybe you try to work it out by doing the bus stop method, is this is about 0.357 ... So in order, we should have had 2/9. So this is from the smallest fraction, then a quarter, then a third, and then last of all, 5/14. And I know some of you had lots of different ways that you were working that out. Okay, write 4 days as a fraction of 6 weeks. So each week, so 1 week has 7 days. And so 6 weeks has 7 times, so 7 days times 6 weeks, which is 42 days. So there's 42 days in 6 weeks. So 4 over 42. And they're both divisible, top and bottom are divisible by 2. And that gives you 2 over 21. So 2 over 21 is your answer for that one. On the centimetre grid, draw a rectangle with an area of 8 centimetres squared. So there's lots of different things you could have done. You could have done a 2 by 4. Sorry, I'm not doing this straight. But a 2 by 4 rectangle. We could have done 2, 4, 6, 8 times 1. Yeah. So an 8 by 1. And you could have also obviously done both those rectangles the other way around. Okay, so as long as it has 8 squares, you know you've drawn a rectangle with an area of 8 centimetres squared. Now, an isosceles triangle with an area of 8 centimetres squared. Now, remember, in the first place, we always divide it by 2. So we always halve it. So we wanted something that would multiply to give us 16. So we could have had 2 as a base. So 2, and then a height of 8. Sorry, that's not very straight, but a height of 8. So I might draw that again. Sorry. There we go. It's not perfect, but that is an isosceles. So got 2, and then perpendicular height is 8. Okay, so 8 times 2 would give you 16, and then halve it to give you 8 centimetres squared. The other isosceles triangle you could have had is, if I do it a different colour because I don't have room on here, I could have done a 4. So 4 across, 4 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would have also been fine as well. So 4 times 4 is 16. Half it, it gives you 8 centimetres squared. So both would have given you full marks. Work out the temperature at midnight in Athens. So it's saying that the temperature at midnight on the 31st was -7, and the temperature at midnight was 20 degrees higher. So they want you to add 20 degrees more. So it was -7. We're adding on 20 degrees more. So -7 plus 20 is 13 degrees Celsius. Right, here are the temperatures in Madrid at midnight, and we need to work out the mean temperature. Remember, the mean is always the total divided by how many numbers there are. Okay, so if we add up -7 plus -6 plus -1 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 3. So -7 plus -6, so it's the same as subtracting, gives you -13. Plus -1, so that would be -14. Plus 4, so we go up the number line, gives you -10. plus 0, plus 0, nothing, and then plus 3, so minus 10 plus 3 gives you minus 7. And then you divide by how many numbers there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So minus 7 divided by 7 is minus 1. So that's the mean, minus 1. Work out the range. Remember, the range is the biggest. So the biggest number, take away the smallest. And in this case, the biggest number is 3. No, not 3. Sorry. The biggest number is 4. Take away the smallest, which is minus 7. So 4, take away minus 7. Remember, this is the same as adding. So 4 plus 7 is 11. So the range is 11. Okay, write down an expression in terms of n for the nth term. So it's going up in 4s. So you know it has something to do with the 4 times table, so 4n. I write the 4 times table above it, so 4, 8, 12, 16. And then, if I look at the 4 times table, each one is add 1. Add 1 each time. So plus 1. So 4n plus 1. Next one, it says write down n plus 1th term. So if you take what you've written, the 4n plus 1, replace n with n plus 1. And actually, you got full marks, so 1 mark if you just wrote 4. And then instead of n, I'm going to write n plus 1. And then plus 1. That's it. Some of you did multiply at the brackets and wrote 4n plus 4 plus 1, which gives you 4n plus 5. Don't worry, if you didn't, you would still have got the full marks, the 1 mark that's available by writing that. Okay, calculate the size of angle X. Okay, good. So that you should know that all the angles should add up to 360. And so we're going to add up here 90. So we're going to do 90 plus 50 plus 140. And that gives us 280 degrees. And then we subtract that from 360. So 360, take away 280 is 80 degrees. It says, explain how you find your answer. You just need to write, there's lots of different ways you could have written it. Just say angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. Okay. All right. 90 litres of water were used for cooking. How many litres were used for watering crops? So it says that 90 litres were used for cooking. So what was cooking? 50 degrees. So 50 degrees is for 90 litres of water. So 90 litres of water. And we want to know how much was for watering crops. So 140 degrees. We want to know how much 140 degrees was. So hopefully some of you divided this by 450. Actually, is that easy way? No, actually I'm going to divide by 10, I think. I'm going to divide by 10 because I think it's a nicer number. I'm going to divide by 10 to give me 5 degrees, and I must divide this by 10 as well. So 5 degrees represents 9 litres. And then I'm going to times 5 by, let me see, 140 divided by 5 gives me 2, remainder 4, so 28. So I'm going to multiply this by 28, and I'll do the same on the other side, times by 28. So I can just quickly work out what 28 times 9 is. Gives me 252. So 252 litres. And there are different ways you could have worked it out. I think some of you might have worked out what 1 degree equaled and then multiplied by 90. Lots of different ways you could have done it. So 252 degrees. Here it says 40 footballs were sold in week 2. And you can see here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 circles here. So I can work out if 5 of them equal 40, then 1 must equal 8. So that's my key. So 8 footballs. So each one is 8. And it says work out the total number of footballs sold from the shop in these 3 weeks. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 whole circles, so 10 times 8 gives me 80. Then you've got half here, so that must be 4 footballs. And then here you've got 3/4, so you've got 6 in total. Yeah, so 6. And so that's going to be 90 footballs in total. So the answer is 90. Okay. Work out the total number of centimetre squares in pattern 6. Okay, so it says here this rule can be used to find the total number of centimetre squares in each pattern. You multiply the pattern number by 3, then add 1. Well, it says that the pattern number is 6. So all we have to do is multiply 6 by 3. So 6 times 3. And then it says add 1. So 6 times 3 is 18. Add 1 equals 19. That's it. Work out the number of white centimetre squares in pattern number 20. Okay, so you can see here that if you look at all the patterns that are up here, in pattern 1, there's 1 grey. Pattern 2, 2 grey. In pattern 3, 3 grey. So you would expect pattern number 20 to have 20 grey. So first of all, I've got to find the total. So I'm going to times it by 3, do 20 times by 3, and then add 1. So that gives me 20 times 3 is 60, add 1 is 61. But I know that I can subtract all the grey ones. So 61, take away 20, will give me 41 white ones left. A pattern in a sequence has a total of 88 centimetre squares. Work out the pattern number of this pattern. So I need to work backwards. We know that we were told that whatever the pattern number is, we should times by 3, then add 1. So now let's do the opposite. Let's do 88, take away 1, which gives me 87. And then instead of timesing by 3, I'm going to do 87 divided by 3, which gives me 29. Okay, show that question. I'm afraid you have to show all your working out, or you cannot get the full 5 marks allowed for these 2 questions. So we're going to make both denominators 20. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom of the first fraction by 5 to give me 15 over 20. Plus, I multiply top and bottom of the second fraction by 4 to give me 16 over 20. This gives me 31 over 20. And then I turn it back into a mixed number by saying how many 20s go into 31? 1 whole and 11 left over, so 11 over 20. The next one I do in almost the same way, but first of all I'm going to turn it into an improper fraction. So 5 1/4 is 21 over 4. Then 1 2/3 is 5 over 3. I'm going to turn these both out of 12. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom of the first fraction by 3 to give me 63 over 12. Take away, I'm going to multiply top and bottom of the second fraction by 4 to give me 20 over 12. And 63 take away 20 is 43 over 12. Now I can turn it back into a mixed. How many 12s go into 43? 3, because 3 times 12 is 36. And there's 7 left over 12. Okay, next one is we need to find the area of the shape. Some of you, I think, got confused and tried to work out a perimeter. We need to find the area. So to find the area, I'm going to split it into a triangle and a rectangle. So this rectangle here is 9 times, so area of rectangle is 9 times 10, which is 90. And then I'm going to find the area of the triangle. So area of triangle is, okay, so I know that this bit here must be 6 because the whole thing is 10 and 10 take away 4 is 6. I also know that this bit here is just 7 because the whole thing is 16. Take away 9 gives me 7. So the area of the triangle is 7 times 6 and then halve it. So 7 times 6 is 42. Half of it is 21. And now I need to add these two together. 90 plus 21 gives me 111 centimetres squared. Okay, next one. I have to find the median number of runs. So I have to put them in order first. So let's put them in order. So let's 4, 8, 13, 16, 22, 40, 50, oh, so I've missed out 36, sorry, 36, then it's 40, then 55, and last of all 89, okay? And let's find the middle number then. So remember the median is the middle number after I've put it in order. So crossed off first and last, another first and last, another first and last, another first and last, and the middle is here at 22. And finally the range. So we need to do the biggest, take away the smallest. So 89 take away 4 is 85. And that's the end. We're finished.